If you're new to human design or it just hasn't clicked yet, I got you. This video is for you. We're going to look at human design with an analogy that pretty much everybody can understand, and that's your automobile, your vehicle. We have to distinguish the three components of the vehicle that make it go. First is going to be the vehicle itself, the physical vehicle itself. Then we have the driver. That's going to be the person behind the steering wheel deciding when to hit the gas and when to hit the brakes. Then there's the passenger. This is just the person that's along for the ride. So in human design, there are 9 centers, okay? Count them. 9. The vehicle is going to be your design placements. This is all of the astrological coordinates 88 days before your birth. The passenger is going to be up here. That's your personality placements. This is effectively your mind. Then the driver is going to be the G center right here in the middle. And this is the part of you that's making decisions. Now, each of the 9 centers has a different function. But what you really want to understand is that these functions are either going to be defined and they're either going to be consistent in your vehicle, or they're going to be undefined and inconsistent in your vehicle. These undefined centers also have the ability to pick up energy from other people's defined centers. Now, naturally, this all starts with the form. This all starts with the vehicle that you have. Depending on your placements from your personality and your design, that's going to define certain centers and leave other centers undefined. The beauty of human design is that even though in its complexity, on a very basic level, you just really have to look at strategy and authority. This strategy and authority are going to help you harmonize the driver, the vehicle, and the passenger so that nobody is like, what the fuck is going on? Why are we a submarine trying to take off from an airplane landing strip? Or why are we a sports car attempting to go underwater? You guys understand what I'm talking about here? And this is what the problem that human design solves, is that people think that they have to be somebody else, or they think that they're only valuable if they show up in this capacity. And a lot of the times it's not actually natural for the driver or the vehicle or the passenger to show up in those capacities. That's called the not self and conditioning. That comes as a result of typically the undefined centers, the ones that are absorbing information from other people, feeling like, oh wow, I'm only valuable because I can absorb things from other people. Well, why don't I just stick this thing to me? I'm just gonna be this way, and I'm gonna sacrifice my natural flowing nature and naturally receptive nature, and I'm gonna define something. You also are going to run into problems when your defined centers you're not letting them be defined. Like, you're not trusting, for instance, emotional authority, the solar plexus that's right here in the body graph. If you have a defined solar plexus, you can't just push your emotions to the side. Now, depending on what centers you have defined, that's going to create an aura for you. There's 4 aura types. There's technically 5 types, but there's 4 aura types. Those are going to be the generator aura, which is enveloping. The strategy is to just let life come to you. When things enter into your physical field, your gut is either going to go, come closer, or get away. That is going to work for generators and manifesting generators. The next one we have is the projectors, which is a penetrating aura. The strategy with this one is to wait for an invitation, being because one of the main differences between projectors and manifesting generators is that they have an undefined sacral. And the defined sacral is that's like the powerhouse of sustainable energy. So if you don't have a lot of energy and you have the ability to take on other people's energies, you're not going to want to burn out trying to keep up with other people. It's why it's important to be recognized and invited before you engage in something. Then we are going to have the reflectors, which they have no centers defined. Their strategy is to wait 28 days before making big decisions. Reason being is that when the moon goes through its 28-day cycle, it's going to pass through all 64 gates of the I Ching, which are the components that connect and define centers. And it's going to give the reflector an opportunity to reflect and witness their environment, either moving towards and making space for them, or moving away and pushing them away. And last but certainly not least, we have the manifestor with the repelling aura. The thing that makes manifestors unique is that they have one of the motor centers. A part of their vehicle is always generating energy. So they're always in the driver's seat. And it's very natural for them to always be picking the direction of where to go. This doesn't mean they can't be open to counsel. But when it comes to manifestation, manifestors are the only ones that are really, they're not necessarily here to co-create. Some people might get mad at me for saying that. But all the other types are here to co-create. Manifestors, you're already created. You're co-creating with yourself. So it's important for manifestors to inform others of what they're creating and whether or not they have a part to play in it. Now, for any of the types, if you go against your strategy, what you're going to experience is that not self. You're going to experience that conditioning that you picked up, which is just literally not you. It's not your natural way of being. You may have normalized it, but it's not your natural way of being. This is when you're going to be doing dumb stuff like getting pissed off at yourself because, oh man, my car broke down. It's like, dude, that's a dirt road and you're in a sports car. Yeah, your car is going to break down. I get that was a lot. Human design is a really complex system, but at its base, you will look at strategy and authority. We talked about strategy in here. We talked a little bit about the makeup of human design and the body graph. We didn't talk about authority, but I have other videos there. If you really want to understand your body graph, I sell $20 custom reports that are going to tell you specifically about your body graph, and you can get those on my website, reikimarco.com. If this was helpful for you, do me a favor, like, follow, share, save it for later, send it to some people. I really appreciate you guys. Okay, love you, bye.